The Big O, Oscar Tshiebwe, is off to Kentucky. So the West Virginia transfer, it was highly, you know, predictable that he was going to make this decision, but he has decided to head to Kentucky. What are your quick thoughts from this transfer?
Yeah, I mean, you and I predicted this a week ago. A lot of people, I feel like, were overthinking it. I saw a lot of buzz with him in Miami. I was never buying into that. I feel like it was just a obvious decision that he was headed to Kentucky. And you look at what it could mean for the Wildcats next season, as Tshiebwe obviously can't play this year for the Wildcats. He'll be able to go next season. They're going to lose Isaiah Jackson. They're likely going to lose Olivier Sarr. Lance Ware is probably back. They had Damian Collins, top 15 recruit next season. Sheway's going to slide right in and start probably alongside Lance Ware and teach a guy like Damian Collins, who's going to be the future of the Kentucky front court. So Sheway, I mean, he's a great player. We've seen what he can do at West Virginia for 2 years or a year and a half now. He's super strong, 6'9", 270 pounds. He's able to bully anybody on the block. He just needs to be show more effort. I think that was one of the biggest issues with him at West Virginia this season, why his stats took a downturn, because he just didn't look the same. He didn't look as fast. He was missing some easy shots. I don't know what that to attribute that to, but I'm gonna assume we're gonna get the good version of Sheboy at Kentucky, and if he could be one of the top players in the SEC next season, this isn't one of the Olivier Sarr is gonna win an SEC Player of the Year or Reed Travis is. It's not one of those because Oscar Sheboy is a legitimate NBA talent, unlike those two guys. And I think that Sheboy is going to be huge for Kentucky. I think he could be their best player next season, and I think that he's going to make them a really dangerous team next year.
Yeah, I agree on a lot of what you said. I think with Sheboy, he's going to come in, he's going to play the five. You can put, I'd say, put maybe Damian Collins next to him and just have Collins play the four. I think he's kind of a more mobile big man. Sheboy play the five, or however Coach Calipari wants to do it. He can find a way. Uh, and look, he'll come into Kentucky. He's a physical force, great rebounder, great interior score. I think Calipari's going to get the best effort out of him. He's not going to come out and just, you know, stink up the joint, 6 points, 4 rebounds, or those type of games. I think he's going to go out there and have, you know, consistent performance. And he'll have to because Kentucky's really talented again next year. You have Lance Ware, you have Damian Collins. You could maybe even say Jacob Toppin if he'll be back. Maybe Isaiah Jackson or Olivier Sarr come back. But
I would say
the
Sarr maybe.
Sarr maybe, yeah. But they'll have talented pieces, and Tshiebwe is going to have to work to get his minutes. It's not like West Virginia where he gets kind of force fed minutes just because he's the more talented player. He'll have to work because talent is certainly something that Kentucky will have, uh, and he's going to come in. I think he's going to do really well. I think it'll be a one and done season for him at Kentucky, and that's something I think they're really looking forward to.
Yeah, I mean, Sheboy's going to be the top player on the transfer portal anytime in the upcoming year, and Kentucky got him before the season even ended. I mean, what a snag that was. There's not going to be anybody better than Oscar Sheboy in the transfer portal. It's not going to happen. He's a five-star recruit. He was really good. He's already a proven commodity in college basketball, and he's going to be huge in the SEC. He's going to be one of the top players in the country next season, and John Calipari got maybe his best transfer ever.
Yeah, it's certainly probably I'd say best transfer ever would be pretty accurate. Uh, Kentucky's going to be once again loaded if they. And the thing is, if they can figure out their backcourt with Askew looking like he's going to be there for another year, and they're looking really good at the point guard spot, I think that would be big. I'm sure they'll find spots. I think Clark and Boston are probably both gone, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure they'll find.
Add a grad transfer, or just add a transfer guard just to have more depth. Look at Amari Burnett, look at Caleb Mills. I know they're already in on Caleb Mills, but other guys are undoubtedly going to enter the transfer portal. Look at a guy who's
Yeah,
played, at high major levels already, maybe, and see if any of them want to come down to Lexington and play a bench role like Davion Mintz is this season.
yeah, and I'm sure that you know, looking at their 2021 recruiting class, right now they really don't have a ton of uh, recruits coming at the guard spots, but I'm sure like as things start to open up, uh, they like right now they're projected to get this Jaden Hardy kid, who's a 5-star recruit, number
Brother
four
of
in the
Amari Hardy.
yeah, uh, 5-star combo guard, number 4 recruit according to 247 Sports. They're 46% according to 247 to get Hunter Salas. If they get one of those players, that's gonna be a good backcourt piece. They'll
Yeah.
find guys too.
Yeah, I think
It
Hardy's going to end up at Kentucky. I think Salas is probably Gonzaga bound just based off what I've read. But if they could get Hardy, get a grad transfer guard, just an experienced guy, that'd bode well for Kentucky.
yeah, I think you get one of the Hardy or Salas, and then you just kind of plug away. That's I think what Kentucky's probably looking at in the future.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, make sure to subscribe to Making the Madness both here on YouTube and the podcast app. Make sure to do that, and we will be back